I'm going to start this video out by just talking about this tub and shower valve here, this tub and shower combination. This is made by Glacier Bay, and Glacier Bay is a exclusive Home Depot product. If you're going to find it anywhere, you're going to find it at the Home Depot. I remember when Glacier Bay first came out, they didn't really impress me that much. But through the years, Glacier Bay have stepped their game up, and they're starting to put out some quality products. And this is one of them. So what I'm doing here today is just for now showing you the parts. This house, like many other houses, I've been in the last 3 or 4 years been working on a lot of flooded out homes, and even one that I lived in. So in this video here, I'm going to change out one of the older tub and shower valve out, and I'm going from a 3-handle tub and shower, what they have in there right now, and we're going to convert it to a single handle. And as I've talked about it before in my other videos, a lot of homes and new homes are going with single handle, and that's only because single handle comes in Positemp, and Positemp mean the balance of the hot and cold are balanced out to prevent people with disability or a child that would go turn on the water to prevent them from getting burned. And I've done quite a these before. It's real tricky. This is the first time I've done it where I had so much space to work in, which is nice. But I've done so many of them, and it's tricky because you have to try to get just the right parts to make that spread, which is an 8-inch spread. 8 inches meaning 8-inch center to center of pipe. So I'm going to try to match that up as close as I can to 8 inches so that the new valve will come out right. Now there are going to be some soldering involved in this to put this together, but that part's not going to be on this video, but I do have plenty of other videos to show you how to solder copper pipe. Just in case you're wondering, I'm trying to open up the valve just in case there's some water in the risers. Riser meaning the pipes going up. And if there's any in there left over, I just wanted to kind of drain it out, get it out the way. And also, if you're wondering why I don't just go ahead and change out all the piping, this is not what the owner wants at this time. So we're just going to replace what we have here, and that's it. But yes, this would be a good time to replace all the pipes. And the pipe wrenches that I am using here are 18. They're called 18 pipe wrenches. It's the measurement of the pipe wrench itself. It's pretty standard on jobs like this. And like all my other videos, if there's something in the video that you see that you like and you'd like to purchase it, I do have a Amazon how-to plumbing store. You can go there and purchase this. And in the description box below, there is a link to the Amazon how-to plumbing store. This is called a Street 90, and this is a 1/2-inch galvanized Street 90. And street meaning one end of it is doesn't have the hub, and the other end has a hub. So in this particular case here, this one we have a end that's male and female. And the reason I'm using this Street 90 is to get me as close as I can from one side to the other to make up that 8 inches. Because that's really not a lot of distance. So when you use enough combinations of pipe, you'll cover that real fast. So I'm just trying to squeeze as much in as I can. Now I could have just used a regular 90 and screwed the body of the valve straight in, but that little bit, believe it or not, that little bit would have thrown me off enough to just kind of disproportion the measurement. So I had to get creative, and that's what you do with plumbing. A lot of times you have to get creative. And here's the Glacier Bay tub and shower faucet. This is the valve, the body of the valve. You see where it says H and C. That's hot and cold, so that will be easy for you to determine what side the valve needs to be on. And yes, it will make a difference because you can put this in upside down if you're not paying attention. H and C, hot and cold, and then you see the word up right there, showing you the part that should be going up to the shower head itself. See right there what looked like maybe almost 6 inches spread, but we're going for 8. So we have room to spread it apart a little more. So that's good. Okay, again here I am going to use another street 90, but this time I'm going to face this street 90 in a different direction. And this would not work unless you have a union, and that's what we're about to do here, is put a union to pull them together. The old one, if you remember when I took that one out, there was two unions on each side. This one here, we just need one union, and it's going to work out great. And the reason we didn't use two unions on here is because we actually didn't have the room. So again, I'm squeezing all this in a little small spot. And what you see me doing here is I'm just pushing it off into the center, which should be about 15 inches to the center of that valve. Your tub is going to be 30 inches in width, so 15 inches is going to be the center of where you want your tub and shower valve off the side wall, 15 inches from the side wall. And what I'm doing here is taking just take a small measurement to make sure that when I put the spout part on, the valve is not down too low and bump into the tub. And here I'm taking a measurement because the new shower head is going to go 6'6". That's the standard height for a shower head. The previous shower head was probably about 5'5" or something like that, which was really low and kind of hard for a person of height to take a shower. So that's why they keep the standard of 6'6". That's the industry standard. And in this video, I won't show you the complete install of the trim because that's going to be weeks down the road before the other contractors come in and start putting walls and stuff up. So we're not going to put that on now, but we are going to prep it and set it up so that when we do come back and the drywall's in place, it'll be easy to install the trim. This is just to give you some kind of idea of what you can look forward to. And I've already had a mark up there, so I'm just double checking the mark for the shower head and getting an idea of how much clearance I need to clear that faceplate that you see right there, that chrome faceplate. We'll make sure that the spout misses that when we go to screw it on the finish. So now let's kind of zoom in and I know there's people that are going to say things about the copper and the galvanized mixing. If you notice, the copper pipe is not touching the galvanized pipe, but it is touching the brass. And the things that people don't realize, the brass is a neutralizer. So there's no electrolysis traveling through this. One other thing I'd like you to notice is if you look at the valve, you can see it's set up made for copper pipe as well as galvanized. Either or. And right here you see the little, that's a little valve I'm getting ready to turn with the screwdriver, where you could turn the water off and on right here rather than running out to the street or turning it off to the entire house. You could just turn it off to the tub and shower right here. These are called intricate stops. They're intricate stops. Most of the times you'll find these on a lot of commercial properties, apartments and stuff. But me, I just go ahead and put it in residential homes because in the future, if you have to come in, you have an emergency, you don't want to shut the whole house down. And this is just a plate to guide the drywaller. So when the drywaller comes around, he'll know where to drywall and what to keep exposed, so that when I come back after drywall and everything is done, it's done right and the drywall's not in my way. And this is to be removed once the drywall goes up, and once you put the trim plate, before you put the trim plate, you want to remove this here. This is just only a guide for drywall. Thanks for watching. I'm Claude Taylor, and if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and become a subscriber.